Alrighty. Here we have the Echo. It's about 8 p.m. now on the lake, and it's the perfect time to go for a little stroll with the Echo. I'd consider the Echo a pack canoe. That means kind of a solo canoe. Originally from the Adirondack, the keyword pack, if you look it up. There are small, nimble, portable boats to explore all the small lakes in the Adirondacks. And Esquif makes two great pack canoes. The Adirondack, which is a nice little fishing boat, flatter hull, flatter bottom, less rocker than the Echo. The Echo is 14 feet long instead of 12, so I'd say it's maybe a little bit faster. Gunnels are about the same height. This one has a little bit of rocker. I think it's 1 3/4 inches, about 45 pounds with this one in T4 mix. You have the wood trim on this one. You really need to oil it often, but it is nice feeling to have the wood set up. So it's available. The standard colors on the Echo is tan and olive, both really, really sleek and beautiful. And they're also offered in wood trim and vinyl trim. So vinyl trim is popular if you're not too fussy about maintenance and you might leave the boat outside longer, you might leave it outside in the winter. I'd recommend the vinyl trim. If you're going to be rough with your boat, meaning maybe you're doing some difficult portages, you're often going to put the boat over beaver dams and stuff like that. But wood is still going to be super durable, but you might not feel as bad to scuff the vinyl. So it's a little bit less investment to go with vinyl. So personal choice, I'd say. I like the wood for this model. And it's one of the models that the wood is not a large addition. So it's about $200 more for wood, which is pretty acceptable. It's actually a really, really good deal. So I have this one outfitted with knee pads, thigh straps. It's kind of a light river tripper, the way it's set up, this one. It's like you have plenty of space for luggage in the front and back, and also big airbags, large airbags. You can roll this canoe. And thigh straps, well, you certainly don't really need the thigh straps on this lake right now, but you can do comfortable position. So for example, I can go like this. I kind of like this as well. That's the beauty of a canoe over a kayak. You can kind of switch around, switch it up. So we're in the long narrow bay. We're gonna go outside the bay and see if we can get a better glimpse of the sunset. So, and also you can kind of extend a foot this way. Some people add foot pegs to this canoe so that they can have a better setup for twin blade. The seat is already fairly low, so this one was lifted a tiny bit as an adjustment. So it's nice to if you're used to a boat, as you get used to it, more comfortable, more stable in your canoe, it's nice to be a little bit higher. You feel like you have a bit more control. What's nice with this one is the chimes kind of come back inside. So the boat goes up to the sidewall and then goes in a little bit more right at the gunnel. Kind of like my little whitewater boat, the ledge. So you can really put your hand right up against the gunnel, and you're still very perpendicular to the water. So you want to keep the blade nice and perpendicular to the water. We'll see. It was a busy weekend this weekend, so there's lots of people on the lake. I think that's a plane I'm hearing, so we might be alone on the water for sunset. We'll see. Super smooth paddler, this guy. Do definitely recommend some knee pads in pretty much any canoe you're gonna buy. It's nice to, sometimes I set up this one with a larger pad, a bigger surface to move around, kneel, and more thinner pad too that gives you a bit more space for put your feet under the seat. Yeah, it's pretty much the end of the sunset here. This paddle's a 58. I'm 6'1". I have a pretty short torso. My long legs, long limbs. So it's a little bit long for me in this canoe since I'm sitting pretty low. Compared to a tandem, regular sort of prospector shaped canoe, I'm sitting a little bit higher. So I'd go with a 58. But my whitewater paddle is a 56.5. And that would be a nice length for this boat as well. So 56, 50, it's a touch long. I don't mind it right now, but it could be shorter. So sometimes it's good to get a few paddles anyway, have some spare ones, and see what you like best. It's easier to buy a paddle than to buy a canoe. I like the Echo, for example. If your partner likes paddleboarding and you like canoeing, and this is the boat to get to. So for my wife, she loves paddleboarding better. So I love to come out during the day and I follow her around. Usually I take the dog with me in the canoe. I can take all the snacks, all the dry stuff, and she can just relax on the paddleboard. We'll definitely prefer an indoor storage or covered storage for this canoe. Keep it nice and clean. And right now my setup is outside, so I try to wash it down and oil it more often just to take care of it. I think somebody lost their kayak there. That kayak seems to be empty. Right there. I don't know if you can see it. Right there. We could go check it out. See if we can find the owner. Let's see what we can do with this thing. Dimension. Escapade. So I'm wearing my my whitewater vest. This is an Astral green jacket. The popular one this year too is the Astral green jacket and the Astral Indus. This one, they both have little handy tow rope pockets. So we have the tow rope. If you're gonna tow, especially in moving water, you need a safety release. So green jacket, and this is the big float one, 22 pounds of flotation. This one's 16.5. So we sell Astral because we love them. We sell what we love. Pretty simple. Whatever I would use, I sell it. All right, so we're gonna do a tour. Let's see. We lost their kayaks. Found the owner. There you go. Is that okay there? Okay, awesome. You're welcome, no problem. Got the canoe back, the kayak, I mean, back to shore. Found the owner. This is what the Echo was made for. You can come with your car, you know, like 5 p.m. It's, let's say, an hour drive from the city. Leave at 4, get here at 5. Bring some snacks and a lightweight boat to put in the top of your car. Like the Echo, only 45 pounds. And then head to one of these nice lakes for an evening paddle. Get out of the water around 9. In bed by 10:30. That's a really nice move, and it's free. So I want to take the Echo on like a lake, chill lake canoe camping trip someday. There's an opportunity that came up in the spring, but timing didn't work for me. Home sweet home. Holy buggies. All the water bugs are out right here. Once you have an electric motor on your Heron and you paddle fast in an Echo on a small lake, it's hard to hear the gas boats. Big fan of all types of boats myself. When it's quiet, it's so nice. And electric on the Heron there, it's just such a joy to be silent, gliding through the water, a calm lake, just like the Echo. The kayak guy gave me a beer, so I took a sip, but not so much a beer person. Yeah, it was a nice paddle with the Echo. I'll try to show you a little bit more. I think we can take this here. That's the thing with T4MX boats, is you don't worry too much about it. So that's the Echo. You can see, I hope you can see from that angle, it has a bit of rocker. And I like rocker, even on a flat lake, because you can pivot. You feel so agile in it compared to less rocker like the Adirondack. If you don't want to worry, just go in a straight line, and you don't want to go too fast, because this one's a little bit faster. You go for the Adirondack. Good utility boat, stable, primary stability. This one has good secondary stability, a little bit rounder chime, so it helps you kind of get on edge if you need to, if you want to. It's a really nice feeling boat. So this one has the knee pads, thigh straps, obviously not needed for this kind of boat. It's just a fun thing to put on, show our whitewater heritage here at paddle.ca. We got airbag cages. I would take this class 1, class 2 tripping canoe, but it's mainly a flat water boat, so you can handle a little bit of water, but it's a flat water boat. There are some photos, I think, on our website of this boat in some white water, so that's interesting. But for this, like for this lake, small lake, maybe 4 kilometers at the longest, 2-3 kilometers wide, bunch of bays, islands, not a ton of big boats here, so it's super nice to be in the Echo, especially in the morning and the evening when there's no one on the lake. That's my canoe of choice. If I'm with Sammy, I'll either paddle the Heron that's right there, or I have a little 3 horsepower electric motor on it. So that's like our perfect setup here at the cottage. She has a paddle board too, so yeah, Sammy and the paddle board. I got the dog. I got maybe some towels in here. It's a little bit drier ride, and we can go cruise, enjoy the sun together. And then when we don't feel like paddling, or we want to paddle together, I'll just remove the motor. That'll be a nice lake, sort of not too far. If I go tripping, then I like the Esquif tripping boat, like a Canyon, a Prospector 17, We're doing a short overnight this weekend, so we're going to do on the Zoom one. We have a Prospector 16 and a Pocket Canyon, so it'll be nice to see the difference of the two in the rapids. Nice setup. So if you have any questions for the Echo, this one's a special order only in this color, so that's blue camo. If you can see well, it's getting a bit darker now, but it's a really nice color. But the olive is really nice. Tan is super nice in the wood. We sold one this week, and I was so happy to deliver it to the lady. She was a really, really nice canoe, and she has access to a nice body of water. But in Ottawa area, if you can't find a spot to go paddling this type of canoe, let me know. I'll give you some spots. I like to canoers. They usually take good care of the place, so I have a lot of spots. That's not the issue. So a lot of good places to explore. We have so many lakes and rivers, and really neat place to discover. That's what kind of got me into canoeing. So I wanted to see, once you come up on shore of a lake or river that's near your place and you're hiking or whatever, and you see the water, you're like, you get that feeling. It's like, I wish I was on that water right now. And paddleboard is fine and maybe a bit more approachable, like price-wise, inflatable paddleboards. But then you start, okay, I'd like to go camping maybe. I'd like to go bring some dry goods, bring maybe my dog, and the paddleboard's not ideal. Or it's getting a little bit colder. I want to dress up. I want to have my gear. I want to be ready, because it's so nice to kind of face the elements in a canoe versus, kayaks are maybe easier to get started in because you don't have to learn any kind of stroke. But this one's, for a solo boat, this one's a really good learner, because you can get a twin blade, paddle the twin blade anytime, and then keep a single blade in the canoe for when you want to practice your J stroke, C stroke, Canadian stroke. Practice both sides. You'll feel rewarded if you learn a good J stroke. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. A little paddle with me tonight with the Esquif Echo with the wood trim. If you have any questions, reach out to me. I'm always happy to help you get on the water.